Good afternoon to the all NEET PG aspirants. I'm Dr. Prayas. Today I'm going to teach you about ABG. It is something that is high scoring. You'll get 3 to 4 questions in NEET PG, 2 to 3 questions in INICET, and these are the questions that can give you 100% of the marks. If you understand the concept, if you apply it properly, you'll get 100% marks. So that will take you ahead of many people. Okay, so now we'll start. ABG is something, if you understand it properly, it will just take 5 to 10 minutes for revision. You can revise it 1 week before exam, or 10 days before exam, or just 2 days before exam, and you can score 100% of the marks. Now we'll study the ABG. So we all know that the normal values we must be knowing before knowing the abnormal values. So for calculation purposes, we take pH of 7.4 as normal, PCO2 of 40 mm of Hg as normal, bicarb level of 24 milliequivalent per liter as normal, and anion gap of 8 to 10, that is 10 for calculations. Now there are basically 4 ABG abnormalities: metabolic acidosis, metabolic alkalosis, respiratory acidosis, and respiratory alkalosis. Now let's take a question. In a paper it is given that patient is admitted in ICU with pH of 7.36 and PCO2 of 31 and bicarb level of 16. Now, as we know, the normal value of pH is 7.4. So anything below 7.4 we'll think of acidosis. So this is acidosis. Now we all know that if PCO2 increases, it will change into bicarbonic acid, H2CO3, and it will act as an acid, and pH will decrease. But in this case, PCO2 is decreasing, so it's not the reason that pH is less. Now bicarb is alkaline, so it is, if it is increases, the pH will increase, but in this case it is decreasing, so means the alkalinity is decreasing. So it is the cause for low pH, or we can say simply, we can remember, if pH is going low and bicarbonate are also going low, we'll think that it is because of bicarbonate, so it is metabolic acidosis. Now compensation formula. Now we'll study compensation formula together for each and every one of them. For metabolic acidosis, the bicarb will decrease, so we have to predict the PCO2 levels for compensation. So PCO2, predicted PCO2 is bicarb level into 1.5 plus 8 plus minus 2. If the PCO2 level, if bicarb decreases, the PCO2 must also decrease. But if the PCO2 doesn't decrease as much predicted, we will say that there is not enough compensation. Same goes for alkalosis. For alkalosis, change in PCO2 is equal to change in bicarb plus 0.7 into 0.75. For alkalosis, for respiratory acidosis, there are two things. There can be acute compensation, there can be chronic compensation. Kidney initially will do acute compensation, later on there will be chronic compensation. So for respiratory acidosis, for 10 increase in PCO2, the bicarb will increase by 1. It is acute. But if it is increased by 4, this is chronic compensation. In the same case of alkalosis, the PCO2 will decrease. So for 10 decrease in PCO2, bicarb will decrease by 2 for acute and 5 for chronic. Now in this question we'll apply the concept. We all know this is metabolic acidosis, so we'll apply this formula. So predicted PCO2 should be 16, that is bicarb level, into 1.5 plus 8 plus minus 2. So that is 24 plus 8, 32, 32 plus minus 2, that is 32, 34. The predicted PCO2. And if we look into the question, the PCO2 level is 31, so it is in the predicted range. So we will say it is metabolic acidosis with respiratory compensation, that is alkalosis. Similarly, if it is a case of metabolic alkalosis, we'll apply this formula, that is delta PCO2 should be equal to delta BARC into 0.75. In case of respiratory acidosis, we'll predict the BARC level, and similarly in the cases of respiratory alkalosis, we'll predict the BARC level based on these formulas. So in this 6-minute videos, we have learned about one of the basic ABG abnormalities. In the next 5 to 10 minutes video, we'll try to finish the ABG, and you can see it is quite simple if you understand the concept, and you can score 100% of the marks in this